walk in and that's it.
Come on, man, here we go. Be careful, I fell off the stage one day, man, motherfucker, so you know what you doing? You try to be cool, that's why I fell off.
Just sweating it for us.
Yeah, he's safe. You got to sit in Mason's.
Mason's all sweaty.
Mason at the pocket.
Sunshine.
Huh?
Sunshine.
Man, look good outside. Say a prayer. You saw me saying a prayer today.
That's how you
called me. Yeah.
Finally felt like LA.
Yes.
Can we? I just want to ask about Norm. I think his reevaluation is supposed to be today. Did you guys go through that already?
Yeah, we did. He's gonna be out for a little bit longer.
Is that all you can kind of give us about it?
I mean, you gotta talk to Chris. I might get in trouble. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but he's out.
Is he doing anything different in practice?
He's not practicing today.
No practice.
No.
I remember this Orlando game last time in December. I mean, that was a real game where they blitzed you guys a lot. I remember that coming out of that game, it was how you guys felt like you had to do better. They'd get blitzed and fired. I think Kawhi's one of the guys getting double teamed the most in terms of percentages. How do you feel like, since this run has begun with him in January, he's done at handling double teams when you guys are running at him?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I think that's what's opened up our offense for us is when teams, blitz us and when teams are double teaming Kawhi in the post, just making sure we have the right spacing, the right ball movement and attack the right way. And so it's something we've been working on like all season long. And so we've gotten better. You can see Russ small pick and rolls. You can see when teams are blitzing us, we've gotten better. Still some room for improvement, but we've gotten better in those areas.
With Zoo, he's kind of made it a habit in recent weeks of getting seal screens down low as guys are coming down. Is that something he's been working on over time and kind of perfecting, or is it just
he's
something?
Been working on it a little bit. It's been effective. Sometimes he's in the way, and sometimes he does it right. So it's kind of a fine line, but he's been doing a good job with it.
And with Russ, the way that Golden State defended him both games, in the second game, there seemed like there was an adjustment where he got to be more aggressive attacking the glass. Is that kind of an advantage for you guys in that when teams do sag off of him, they can kind of forget that he's there and he can make a play on the glass like that?
Yeah, because he's a great offensive rebounder. He has been over his career. And so if guys are not going to have a body on you and they're not guarding you, when the shot goes up, you have more freedom to attack the glass. And so I just saw Russ in timeout telling T-Man, we got to get every missed shot. We got to go for each one. And they made some winning plays for us, some big plays by getting offensive rebounds. And we need him to do all the little things he's been doing.
Going back to Zoo, his rim protection at the beginning of the year was really good. Fell off a little bit in December, January. He's come back and he's made a real difference there. I think he's been the best in the league since the All-Star break. What do you notice differently when he's effective protecting the rim versus when it's a struggle there?
I think, by our guys doing a better job of guarding the ball one-on-one, doing a better job in pick and roll defense where we're getting into the ball and being physical, getting over screens, and it's not a lot of separation between, the guy that's guarding them and Zoo. So when you go into the basket, then, you're 5 feet behind your guys who's in a tough position because you have the big behind them, now the guards laying the ball up. So if we're able to get into the ball, be physical, keep a body on guys, then that's when Zoo's rim protection goes up, and you've seen that as of late.
What have you learned about the chemistry that Russ and Paul have? Was there anything you saw in the court, an instance that you saw them pick it up right away?
Just the way he talks to PG, I think, helping him throughout the game, just things he sees, like you got to lay up here if you just stop and cut right here. If they're going to play it like this, you can come off this way. And just, talking to him throughout the course of the game and timeouts, keeping him engaged and just letting him know what he sees. And so it's helped PG out a lot.
Is that something that might not have been on the team prior to Russ coming?
No.
Yeah. What do you want to kind of work on and focus on today? Get ready for this back-to-back.
Getting better.
How do you get better?
Work.
Talking about things that weren't here before Russ. Obviously, there's so many things he brings on the court, but it's that passion, that energy, even things talking about with him talking to T-Man, talking about offensive rebounds. How important do you think that element of Russ has been to this team?
It's been great, and I talked to him a couple of days ago just about, the practices we had, these last 6-7 practices of just being, going hard, live practices, which I don't really agree with this late in the season, but we needed it. I don't think those practices would have been as good if he wasn't here. He brings it every single day. His energy is infectious, and he practices hard every day, and then he plays hard every day. So in practices, for our veteran guys to get going, I think he really helps the morale that, and so it's been huge for us.
Having found a nice little rhythm here with rotations, do you have any concerns about reestablishing Norm in this late in the season?
I mean, we always have concerns because, like I said, Norman's a big part of what we've done all year. And so when a guy's out this long, you know, and then you kind of go on a streak and you're playing good basketball, you're always concerned about it. But he sees how we're playing. We're playing the right way. And, you know, he's been great for us all year. And so it won't be hard to incorporate him back. You know, just, you know, get him healthy is the most important thing. And we just want to make sure he gets enough games in so it won't have happen like it did last year when he had to come back for those last 2 playing games. He had no rhythm, you know, he hadn't played in a while, and so it really was unfair to him. So just hopefully we can get him back sooner than later.
This is kind of the end of this kind of stretched out schedule where you guys have more practice time than games, and the schedule picks up from here on out. What do you feel like you guys gained most over the last week and a half or so when you guys actually had the time to put together a lot of practice?
Yeah, I think just defensively, our defensive foundation, I think getting back to being physical, the most physical team is going to win, you know, and so being physical, getting to the body, getting to the ball, I think shrinking the floor, you know, trying to keep teams out of the paint. And just, you know, I think going back to ground one. And so it was good for us to have these days of practice. And now offensively, just understand what we want to do the last 6 minutes of games, how we want to play, how we want to attack teams. And we've been better with that as well. So the practice has been really good for us.
Yeah, because Eric has said that a lot. He's brought that up a couple of times. I feel like we have a lot of guys who are could be really physical, but we're not there yet. Was that a change, being more physical, more mindset thing, or guys being healthier?
I think just technique. I think just getting back to the basics, basically like training camp all over again. Just, you know, from day one, what we need to do, how we want to approach it, what we need to do defensively, and you know, we had to do it live so guys can see it. We had a lot of walkthroughs, but doing it live so the new guys can see it, and our guys getting back to doing it live as well. So it's been good.
Thank you.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.